What's up, poker players? Hope you guys have been killing it out on the tables. Sorry for the delay in videos. I recorded a couple yesterday and went to edit them and realized I had no audio. So here's round two. Hopefully it works out this time. Today we are going to look at Hold'em Manager, and more specifically an app within Hold'em Manager or within Poker Tracker called Leak Buster. Let's get into it. So when you open up Hold'em Manager or Poker Tracker, there is a Leak Buster tab at the top here, depending on which game you're playing. I play, obviously, No Limit, so I'm going to click on No Limit, maybe. And I think my Hold'em Manager is crashing again. I don't know why this keeps happening with this computer. Come on. So we're up and running finally in Leak Buster. If you want Hold'em Manager or Poker Tracker for yourself, click the link down in the video description. I will also put a link to purchase the app Leak Buster. Leak Buster No Limit is available for $59.99, stakes up to 25 NL, over 25 NL. It is $89.99. Now let's get into what Leak Buster has to offer. So what Leak Buster does is it uses an algorithm to analyze your game and picks specific situations that have the biggest effect on your bankroll. It takes a ton of time out of the analysis that you would have to do within Hold'em Manager and does it for you. So you can easily pick out where your game needs the most improvement and where you can make the biggest changes that would affect your bankroll. So as you can see, I have a couple critical errors here. So far, it doesn't look too bad. I've got 68,000 hands, only 19 leaks, 32 potential leaks. I am not complaining about that, but obviously, no matter how good you are and what games you play, there is always ways to improve. And if you're not improving your game off the table, you are falling behind because other people will be improving. So right off the bat, what I am not doing enough of is small blind re-raise steals. So I'm giving into steals too often from the small blind, which I can completely agree with. I've been playing pretty low limits, and I don't think I've been playing back enough at players because I've been playing a pretty straight up game in the low limits. I know I am definitely missing out on some opportunities here, and when I made that change to my HUD not too long ago, I put in full to re-steal so that I can pick out those spots where I can be more aggressive and play back at some of the players that are stealing often against me and then folding often to re-steals. So from this, we can actually click on this video here and a video pop up. It's a 21.5-minute video on defending your blinds basic theory. So I mean, this is really cool. So if you don't know exactly how to improve this portion of your game, there's videos here or at least some kind of instructional that you can click on, and they will tell you exactly how you can improve that part of your game. As well as they provide a graph here where it shows the normal levels that winning players have, and you can see that my re-steal is very, very low compared to what normal winning players have. Another thing that I am not doing well is I'm check calling 3 streets, and that of course is going to be a big leak in a game because you always want to be betting, because that gives you 2 opportunities to win a hand: when you bet someone out of a hand and when you show down well and you can win the hand with the best hand. If you're just calling bets the whole way, you're not giving yourself that second opportunity to win pots by betting. You only want to be check calling a ton if you are playing against a crazy aggressive fish who is just betting every single hand. So now that we looked at the critical mistakes within my game, let's look at the very important. We've got 3 in there as well with the grades of F. So the third most important leak within my game, according to Leak Buster, is my river call efficiency is too high from the cutoff, and I'm calling too many hands from the cutoff on the river. So what you can do with this one, it actually brings up your hands where you are making that exact mistake, and it ranks it by your biggest loss. So I'm going to do it by big blinds because that's really what matters since I'm playing at different stakes. So this one is from about 10 days ago when I'm playing a 10 NL game, and this hand I have King Queen from the cutoff. We have an early position raised to 3x and then a call from under the gun +1. 1, I also just make a call. Flop middle pair, king kicker, checks around to us. I also check back. There's now 2 aces on the board. Cincinnatus bets into us for 2/3 of the pot. I just make a call with second pair top kicker, and the river is another ace. We pretty much have the nuts here. The only hand that beats us is going to be pocket kings, which this player definitely does not have, or an ace, which is possible, but I'm pretty much going to call any bet here. I don't think this is a very example of where I should be folding. I'm going to make this call pretty much 100% of the time. Even though he does overbet the pot, this is going to be a really, really hard one to let go of. And I, of course, do make the call and lose 2 4 of a kind. Let's take a look at another one. Here is 5 NL, and we have ace 10 in the cutoff. There is a limp from under the gun +1. This player has very low aggression and is a pretty big fish, and I make it 5x. We get a call on the button, and we get a call from under the gun +1, and he winds up flopping a full house. Checks into us. I check back. I turn my ace. This time the full house bets into us. I just make a call with the ace and backdoor flush. Wind up hitting the flush. There's 3 flushes or 3 flush cards out there that could beat us. $1.86 in the pot. He bets pretty big into us, and I definitely could have gotten rid of this one. This is one of them that falls into the category. With this player being such an inaggressive player and he bets almost the full pot into us, we have to figure he's got a really good hand. Actually, there's only one flush card out there that beats us, and that's the Jack of Diamonds. So I'm sure that's what's going through my head, and there is a chance that he has a full house, but it's got to be really slim because the only cards that fill up a full house are aces, kings, queens, or he could have something crazy like ace 3, which is possible with this player's VPIP pre-flop range. That's another tough one. I can't really see myself folding that hand too often. He doesn't show down well either. Maybe I should have gotten rid of that one. What do you guys think? Obviously, Leakbuster is telling me that this is probably one of those that I should have gotten rid of, but I'm going to find this one really hard to fold. Would you guys fold this hand? Let me know down in the comment section below. Let's take a look at another one. This time we have pocket jacks from the cutoff. We get a raise from Stereophonic. Very aggressive player. We just make a call. Stereophonic bets into us again. We just make a call. He turns his set of 4s. We now have a backdoor flush draw, and we still have top pair with the jacks. He bets into us again. I just make a call. I'm probably sniffing out a big hand here, and he bets the river again. Jacks is going to be a tough one to get rid of again here with such an aggressive, crazy player. Even though he bet every street, there's probably a lot of hands that he could have that beat us, including a flush right here, especially when he's betting into us 3 streets. I definitely didn't put him on 4s though, but I do make the call, and he picks up a pot. The next one we're looking at is King 10 offsuit, folds around us, make it 3x, and we get called from the small blind in a very loose fish. Flop top 2, bet 2/3 of the pot, and we get a call. He has an outside straight draw with the 9-7. I can't believe that's in his calling range pre-flop. 9-7 offsuit from the small blind, but this is a fish. And he turns his straight. I bet again 2/3 of the pot, and he just makes his call with the straight. The flush draw didn't get there. The Jack Queen straight draw didn't get there. Ace Queen got there. If he was playing 8s, he got there. So he comes out and bets 2/3 of the pot. Again, I'm gonna find this one really fucking hard to fold. Man, these are really hard examples. I'm confused again. This is obviously a leak in my game, and I have to improve it. But again, what do you guys think here? Would you make this fold against a fish like this who wins 33% of showdowns, and it looks like he missed his draws and is just betting into us? Maybe I'm just getting really unlucky here in the cutoff, and I've lost a lot of big hands that are coolers or variance related, where someone's turning or rivering cards that allow them to win big pots against us. Let's take a look at one more. This time we have pocket aces folds around us, make it 3x. We're at a 25 NL table. We have a regular to our left who makes the call with 6-5 suited. Flop is 6-5 4 rainbow. I just check and he bets. He's got a 49% continuation bet and I make the call. Aces is a tough one to let go. The turn is the 9 of spades. I again check and he bets big. Can you really fold aces right here? I can't and I don't. The river is a 7. There's now an 8 out there that has a straight or a 3 out there. The 7 is a pretty big scare card and I can't see myself betting this hand on the river. I'll probably check call a lot of bets and he bets small, 450. It's only a third of the pot. I'm getting great odds of the aces and I do make the call and obviously wind up losing this hand. This one is one that's a little bit different because this guy is a regular. He shows down really well. He wins 61% of showdowns, which is insanely high. So he's only taking really good hands to showdown. So when he bets this river, we have to figure that 2 pair is probably the worst thing he's going to bet with. But he's making it so affordable at 450 that it's going to be hard for me to fold. Would you guys have folded this one? Maybe what I should have done is thrown out a small blocker bet, like $2.75 or $3, maybe $3.50, and that way you could save yourself a few big blinds in the long run. Man, these examples are really tough. So this is just a beginning look at Leak Buster, and I'm already finding some very interesting things about my own game here, and I think you guys should look to invest in this as well. It'll take a ton of time out of doing your hand analysis so that you don't have to go through and put all of these filters within your Hold'em manager. It will do everything for you and it will rank it with these great importance levels. You can see how specific it gets to, like c-betting with no draw and no hand. I know I like to do that a lot, but maybe that is a leak within my game. Obviously it's not that important, otherwise it would be much higher up. But it is something that needs attention. So head down to the video description, click on the link to get Leak Buster as well as Hold'em Manager or Poker Tracker for yourself. It's a very, very useful tool. If you do not know how to use the filters within Hold'em Manager or Poker Tracker, or you just don't have the time to go through there and play with it, this will save you a ton of time, as well as provide you with some other videos on how to fix that specific problem within your game. I'm gonna come back tomorrow with another video on Hold'em Manager or Poker Tracker. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it. And until that video comes out, I'll see you guys out on the virtual felts.